To defy the odds, you have to risk everything and take chances. At Old Nation Brewing Company, we did just that. From an unknown startup brewery to standing alongside national craft brands in just under a decade, we remain one of the last of the large, independently owned breweries in Michigan. Our beer is respectfully brewed using only the highest quality ingredients, and we don't cut corners. With the times changing for everyone, one thing that stays the same is Old Nation's respect for great beer and the people who love it. We're growing in cans produced and fans made. When you taste our beer, you'll know why.
3 o'clock, good to have you with us. Mike Stone in, and we're going to talk a little Tigers. This was an off-air discussion that we said to hell with it. Let's go on the air with it. And it's really simple. I understand I operate differently between 2 and 6. I'm thrilled with the Tigers start. That's never in question. I've talked about, if they're a 90-win baseball team, they look good. I still think they desperately need a right-handed hitter, a high-end one. No Kenny, no Wyatt Langford drops. It doesn't count if I say Wyatt Langford. If I say it doesn't count. The point I'm making is I'm not ready to do the euphoria the other 8 hours before us or the 40 minutes to 4 hours after us do, where people are starting to invoke a word on May 29th that I personally, I'm not comfortable with. And that's World Series. I can't do it. I've watched baseball for too damn long. The season's too damn long, and it's May 29th. And again, both things are true. I'm thrilled at their start. They're a really good baseball team. But here's my approach to it, and then, Stoney, you can tell me I'm mean or I'm disconnected. But look, okay, I'm a Yankee fan. The Yankees haven't won the World Series since 2009, and that's with the highest payroll in the sport usually. You know why? Because people I know in front offices in baseball will tell you the playoffs are a coin flip. Even if you have the best team, it's a coin flip. Now, outside of 2017, where the Yankees got cheated because of garbage cans and nipple buzzers, bottom line is it's so unpredictable that I can't really get into World Series, certainly not on May 29th. And I'm sorry, I do think the Tigers are punching above their weight. No, I don't believe they're a 110-win baseball team. I'm sorry, I don't. And even then, the best baseball team I've ever seen in my life didn't even make the World Series. Hello, Lou Piniella and the Seattle Mariners. So I'm not ready to go there. Now, the question was asked before the show by Evan and you, when will you allow yourself to start thinking that? That's the conversation I want to have.
The All-Star break for me is when you start to think about it a little bit. Because like you, Mike, and obviously it's been more because I'm older, I've seen a hell of a lot of baseball. My indoctrination into baseball was when the Philadelphia Phillies, when I was 5.5 years old, I had to ask my dad, why aren't we going to the World Series? Well, son, they had a 6.5 game lead with 10 games left and didn't win. Now, there was only 2 leagues. There wasn't another round of the playoffs, but you get my point.
Was Connie Mack the manager?
No, but we played in his stadium, Connie Mack Stadium. Anyway, yes, things can go crazy in baseball. Hell, look at what the Tigers did last year. I mean, nobody would have thought that. We were just, let's trade, let's do all this other stuff. Baseball is too long. Now, I'm going to throw something out there that you're probably going to punch me in the face for, but
no.
Yes, the magic number is 101 to win the division, which is kind of cool in a weird way. And look, they've, 2 6-game leads. Look, they lost 3 out of 4 to Cleveland, and they actually picked up a game. So they're doing what they have to do. They are a very good baseball team. But look, injuries, all this stuff happens in this weird, wacky sport that there's no guarantee they're, going to make the playoffs, although I think they will, and I think they're going to win the division. But we don't know. They could go on a reverse. They could, God forbid, go, 20 and 37 in their next 57 games. We don't know. It's possible. And when you said yes, they definitely need another bat. And I believe, and can't argue with chaos, but yeah, I'm going to. They could get one more reliever who can really throw strikeouts.
Yeah. So look, 248-539-9797. We're having the conversation, and it's just, I want to gauge where you're at because I know where the rest of the hosts at the station are. They're already planning out the parade route. I can't get there. I have no issue saying I think they're going to win the division. I got no issue telling you they're going to make the playoffs. but I don't. It's like the stock market. I'm not going to buy this thing at its highest rate. Like, I don't believe they're this good. Why? Because I don't think anybody in baseball, including the Dodgers, is this good. Like, they're the better part of 40-20. Now, do I think it helps they're in the American League and not the NL? Absolutely. The AL is down. But overall, when this thing is going to look a lot different by August. So you said All-Star break. I kind of get to August before I can really go that route.
You go to the deadline then.
Yeah, because ultimately I think they need to make certain moves for me to believe they're going to see this thing through.
Yeah, I get it.
And a big-time right-handed bat is a part of that. Mm-hmm. But, David, where are you at with it?
See, I go a little bit further than the deadline. I actually go, and you're probably going to laugh at this. Kenny's already laughed at me back here, but it's August 31st because that's a month after the deadline. Now I know what you've gotten or didn't get, and did you met, and I need to see what the team truly looks like going into September. Laugh at me all you want for saying August 31st, but that's when I see it. I have to see what the team is, see what others are, and then I can say it or not. Now, this is May. It is May 29th.
But yeah, here's the other thing, though. I don't want this to be taken the wrong way as far as us not dreaming or thinking World Series yet. And you have a really good team. And let's just enjoy this. Baseball is, especially in the summer when there's not much else going on, when you have a good baseball team, it makes the summer so much better. Every game means something. You have a chance to win. That stuff. Let's not, the fact that we're not sure they're going to be in the World Series, take anything away from your daily enjoyment of a really good team. And it's still a great story. It really is when you look at this roster and see what they've become.
They're phenomenal.
Yeah,
but really I'm not doing the World Series stuff.
No.
So look, you guys tell us. I don't think we're bad guys. And when I say I think it's a 90-win baseball team, and I got Rico busting my balls because I won't say they're a 100-win team. Well, why? It's May 29th. And a 40-20 start is great. But there's gonna be a time during this season where they go 2-10.
Right.
And it's just baseball. It doesn't mean they're bad or it's chaos or it's falling apart. No, it's baseball. And I just look at it and I still believe when the chips are down and you're going to face good teams, you're not going to face garbage, it's going to be a challenge with the lineup as currently constituted. No, I don't believe Javi Baez will be a high-level player driving a World Series drive. I don't believe that. I don't believe Zach McKinstry will be the number one utility man in all of the sport in the playoff. Look, last year, here's a case in point. Face of franchise, Matt Vierling. How did that look in the playoffs? 3 for 34. There is a part of this where, as awesome a story as it is, the NBA, they describe it as the stars and the others, right?
Yes.
Others play really good at home and in the regular season. The others generally, Malik Beasley has missed 17 threes in a row. It's the playoffs. It is still something that I struggle with because my lifetime, no Moneyball team has ever won the World Series. It doesn't happen.
No.
Why? Because the others and all the matchups and all of this stuff, it still comes down to my player is better than your player.
It's talent.
I have Aaron Judge. I have Freddie Freeman. I have these stars. Those are the guys that get it done. Look, Tarek Skubal's one of those dudes.
Yes.
And part of the belief I have that they could get there is the fact in a 7-game series, I view it that you're up 2-0 because he's going to start twice.
But taking the flip side of that, he won the Cy Young Award last year, and in the most important game of the season, he gave up a grand slam home run, and they lost Game 5 in Cleveland. So, there's no guarantees. That's the point. So just enjoy this. This is great. This is not being negative. This is loving what you're seeing. But, it's like a chef. I'm not a real good cook, as my wife can attest.
Uh-oh.
I don't do it that much. But this is like you have all these ingredients, and you're the chef. Sprinkle and it's not negativity. It's just sprinkle a little realism here. That's all. Like a dash of realism.
But here's the people's response. I think we're living in a tell me I'm pretty or you're an idiot society. And saying the team is good is not good enough. People want full-blown euphoria. I can't do it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you they're going 105 and 57. I'm not ready to do that. I just keep playing.
Yes.
Like, great, we got a series against Kansas City. Let's take a few.
Yeah.
Keep it rolling.
Look.
But overall, no. I'm not ready to buy in on a lot of what's happened. I'm not. I'll buy into Torkelson and the power. I don't know about the overall presentation. I can buy into certainly, hey, Feder will figure it out. I know there will be a level of rotation I'm okay with.
Right.
I know Scooble is Scooble. I gave the 50-game sample size 2 days ago.
It's incredible.
And I said, look, you got to pay this guy. Like, that's it. A 50-game sample size, this is basically Verlander. Not quite the innings. He's not going to throw 240 of them the way Justin did. But look, there's a lot I believe. But I'm with you. Bullpen, not ready to go there.
Right.
Lineup, it's great right now. They're getting contributions from everywhere. But do I believe at the end of this that some of these guys are going to be the drivers of a bus that leads to a World Series? No, I don't. Now, they have time, but so do I.
And guys are going to slump. Look, Riley Green early in the season had like a 0 for 31. That'll happen. It might happen again. Maybe not to those.
It's
that
baseball.
extreme. Yes, it's the hardest sport to excel at a consistent level. It just is.
So here's the question. Are you already World Series or bust? Or when are you going to allow yourself to make that the standard? Like Stoney has said the deadline, I'll need to get to mid to late August to feel that way. It's just how baseball works.
Okay, let me ask you this, though. You said World Series or bust. So, because a lot of times you use the word failure all the time, if this team, based upon what you've seen so far, if they don't win the World Series, in your mind, not the fans' mind, in your mind, would it be a failure to get to the World Series or even get to the ALCS?
If I had to make that decision on May 29th, my answer is different than if I get to make that decision on August 29th. And I'm not playing games
No,
with
I know. But
I'm
but
saying,
for right now, for S's and G's.
okay, yeah, be careful.
Yeah.
Then I would say yes.
Okay.
But I'm not going to put that on them now because I don't know that they're that good.
Right.
I think they're good. Clearly. I think they're top 3 in the AL.
Yeah.
Good. But I'm not ready to go World Series yet. 248-539-9797.